What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Broman, aka Allfires. Now, while we all wait patiently, or should I say impatiently, for the first official trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home, remember the only thing we have now from Sony is actually a teaser, and before that a title reveal. This morning, Empire's article went on sale everywhere, including brand new still shots and a write-up exclusively on the film. Now, don't worry if you can't source a copy. There were no major bombshell reveals, no leaks, no spoilers. They did mention Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. We'll touch on that at the end of this video. It was only in relation to rumors. However, they also released 4 new, brand new HD stills, along with the 2 pictures from earlier in the week, one of which seems to show an enormous Easter egg for Doc Ock and what might be Stark tech on his tentacles. We have to talk about what is going on in this still shot, why people are talking about this, and the theory as to how it may have gotten there. Man, this is absolutely crazy, and to think it's just one shot to have this enormous of an Easter egg. We're breaking down everything Stark Tech as part of Doc Ock's new look in this still shot from Empire magazine, as well as covering the other 3 images in full for any details they may reveal. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 now at 900,000 subscribers. I'd have to double check, but I think this is going to be like the 12th or 13th console we've given away at the channel. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So there are 4 new HD stills from the Empire magazine article. We're going to go over all of them. Let's start with this one. Not too much to reveal here. It's MJ and Peter on top of the bridge. He still has his mask on. You can see the helicopter over his left shoulder. This is probably the moment after his reveal and they've swung out, the moment we saw in the trailer where they're still on top of the bridge. That's what I'm assuming this is from, a moment of crisis, but not one of the more interesting moments that we've seen yet in the film, not one that raises any questions, and really no more Easter eggs to find in this shot. Now, jumping forward to this next one, you can clearly see here that they've included some of the BTS that's behind the scenes with the camera and crew, but they're definitely in the middle of a shot. Now look over Peter Parker's right shoulder. Do you see that set of stairs? Now let's think back to the original 3 still images that came out from Sony for No Way Home. Remember seeing all of them standing in front of what looked like stairs or looking up at who may be Doctor Strange? Some people assuming this is a dilapidated version of the Sanctum Sanctorum, which, think about this, is completely different than what we saw in the original teaser, and that's why when industry insiders like Brandon Davis over at comicbook.com indicate that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer may have been the most misleading thing yet out of Marvel, they're talking about this exact thing. There are details that don't seem to line up or make any sense. Why was the Sanctum Sanctorum's forum full of snow? Why did, when they enter the basement, it not look anything like this? And why, when we saw them in the still shots, did they look like they were homeless and looking for help from maybe what's a different Doctor Strange? Now, there's a couple of theories I have here we're going to run over the next couple of weeks leading up to the second trailer, but the fact that we're seeing this now in this behind the scenes shot lining up with the original stills makes me call into question a lot of the original scenes we saw in the teaser, and I'm wondering if this next trailer won't go a long way in undoing whatever misleading scenes they had already shown us. Now, speaking of some details that don't line up, let's take a good look at this brand new HD still of Doc Ock. Alfred Molina's Doc Ock from the returning Sam Raimi universe. He's a variant from that universe. Take a look at this still. What do you see but the color red and what looks like gold on his octopus arms? Now, where would red and gold come from, and has it always been there? If you take a look at the trailer that we've already gotten, you cannot see this sort of coloring in that trailer. Now, I've made mention of this at the channel many times that historically Marvel films have rather dark frames, and while lighting can be an issue and definitely lightened up in like a Photoshop for post for a thumbnail, you can clearly see here in that still frame there is no red and gold on these arms. Take a good look, because there is no mistaking the red and the gold in those tentacles. But how in the world would what is very easily an image for Stark Tech show up? And that's possibly because the nanotech in Spider-Man's Iron Spider suit provided by Stark, that nanotech is intelligent, and so are his arms. Remember, that AI is actually supplanting Octavius's own consciousness. So when he crushes Peter in the still shot that we've already seen, perhaps Stark's nanotech actually connect to his octopus tentacles, enhancing them the way that Nano is intelligent, they interact with each other. An AI is malicious in nature, something along the lines of an Ultron or Zola, and it's able to sort of interpolate those and then add them to it, adding to not only the form, the function, and the strength, because let's face it, Stark Tech probably obviously superior to these tentacles, but upgrading what's going on with him to MCU level tech. It's awesome to think about, and we can clearly see that what we've already seen, which looks like it's before he's standing there looking up at Peter, he doesn't have the red in his tentacles. That's got to come from somewhere, unless, and I will put this out there as a huge disclaimer, they're just actually moving through the final stages of VFX. Now, this looks like a very pointed choice. Red is a very obvious color, especially next to gold in context of the MCU and Spider-Man, but it may have been the case that what we saw during the teaser, what we saw in those other shots, they just have been working on the VFX slowly, and that the red and gold tint will always be in there. Now, speaking of not finishing VFX, we have one last shot here of Doctor Strange in actual costume. So many of the costumes these days, especially when they're definitely in the fight scenes, are completely CGI'd. I still get a major kick out of seeing what is like the highest level of cosplay you can have, right? The official Marvel costume that you wear for the film. It looks so amazing in this shot. But again, no real Easter eggs in this one, more just like a behind the scenes shot. Not as interesting as the Dr. Octopus arms. But guys, you tell me, what in the world do you think is going on there with red and gold, right? That cannot be a coincidence. And do you just think it's an VFX thing where they were working on them? Or do you agree with me that, the nanobots and nanotech has been proven in the MCU to be intelligent? It's constantly working for Tony in ways that he's not making it, reappropriating itself to other parts of his body when need be in the fight against Thanos and with the Infinity Stones. It has a mind of its own. It is intelligent. So do his octopus arms. Could they not have sort of worked together and become one? Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, as always, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 900,000 subscribers. We'll also give away weekly Disney Plus subscriptions when Hawkeye starts up, and tickets to go see Eternals all next week. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me over on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, guys. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.